6 sure signs you can notice when an empath likes you. Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. How are you guys? So, in this video we will talk about some signs that you can notice when an empath actually puts a liking on you. You already know that empaths are feeling everything more intensely than others. So when it comes to falling in love, more often than not, they will express their love differently. Sure, getting to know that you are loved gives an extraordinary feeling. Understanding that someone somewhere cares for you, got your back, and decides to stick to you no matter what happens can always make us feel grateful. Nevertheless, it should be even more exciting when you are loved by an empath. This is because empaths do not quickly like. They are most times afraid of loving and enjoy staying single. This is because of their characteristic, which makes it quite difficult for them to gel with other people when it comes to the relationships. Therefore, when an empath loves you, this is truly one of the good things that can happen to your lives. Despite having a phobia for love, empaths are just humans in the end. They still can't escape falling in love. So, guys, we're going to be considering some pointers to know when an empath loves you. Here are 6 sure signs to know when an empath loves you. 1. They want to speak with you continually. While this is basically a sign that any normal person will do when they're interested in you, empaths are quite different. Most of the time, empaths enjoy their own company more than that of anyone else. This fact is just with them. No matter how electrifying you think your company is, to an empath, it might just be the exact opposite of what you think. You might bring up topics you perceive to be engaging and exciting, but to an empath, it just feels like you are bugging him or her. Nevertheless, when an empath is in love with you, he or she is just the one who brings it on. He or she wants to talk to you all the time. They even come up with exciting things to talk about. Most of the time, it is just like the person is all over you. This is because they cannot control their love for you. They really want to make sure that you are all theirs, thereby showering you with a quantum of attention. 2. They start opening up to you. Empaths are known to be very reserved, in the sense that they keep everything all to themselves. They hate opening up to people, sharing their secrets, and also the fact that their empathic abilities. They always want to help people as much as they can, but at the same time, they can also find it hard to trust people. Knowing the fact that people can also be so untrustworthy and unstable, sharing their secrets to someone who won't value it can make a mess of their lives. Considering all these things, they rather keep everything to themselves rather than letting it out and not getting disappointed. But when they are overwhelmed with love or affection for someone, they defy their nature, and then they start trusting such a person with virtually everything, even when the person is not their type per se. They just open up a lot because they believe they have found a confidant, forgetting the fact that they have to keep it all to themselves for so long. Their warm attitude of opening up can get the person they love in awe of how someone who seemed to be so stringent and stiff has turned to be so dynamic and open. In the end, everyone can be so blinded by love, and empaths are no exception. 3. They show their weak and fragile side towards you. One thing about empaths is that they are firm and stable. Even amid challenges and turmoil, they are still smiling and very cheerful. This is how they are made to be. They surmount challenges with their strength and positive attitude and kept their weak and vulnerable side only to themselves. But when an empath falls in love with someone, he or she shows how weak and fragile he or she is. You get to see the battles they fight, they get to tell you their fears, and how porous that they are to hurt. But when they are not into you, you perceive them to be above weakness. As a matter of fact, empaths are the most fragile and emotional beings, but them putting up a cheerful attitude just acts as an antidote to their weakness. We both know that empaths are very sensitive. Even the smallest stimuli is enough to make them feel overwhelmed and retreat to their shell. They always have a coping mechanism to deal with their situation, in which most people never know about. But when an empath likes you, you'll begin to know the dark side of being an empath because they will show their true selves. 4. They seem to forget all their principles. Empaths are so principled, and they keep to these principles no matter what or where they find themselves in. They do not want to bend their rules for whatsoever or whosoever. But when they find love in someone, it seems that they have forgotten everything about their principles. Something about empaths is that they hate sharing things in common with other people, but when they fall in love, the reverse is the case. They can accept things from you. As a matter of fact, they shower you with gifts, and they want to turn provider for you. It's just like the empath nature who always cares for others. Now that they are in love with someone, they tend to give all that they have to make sure the person is comfortable. 5. They want to become intimate with you. It is unbelievable that an empath gets to do this. Trying to be romantic, this is not usually their thing at all. Therefore, when you notice an empath doing this, then he or she is truly in love with you. Empaths are not usually the type that shows affection, romance, kisses, hugs, hanging out, but when they like you, they get to do it even in excess and even in odd places. They don't mind hugging you or kissing you even in public. Most of the time, empaths do not like hanging out, but they can do it as many times as you ask them out, so this is to get intimate with the person they love. The drive for intimacy is like an uncontrolled act. They can go to any extent to come to an exceptional level of familiarity with someone they love. So, when you see an empath trying to get intimate with you, then know he or she loves you. 6. Being possessive. When an empath is in love with you, he or she gives all to you. At the same time, they don't let another person even the slightest opportunity to shift his or her attraction from you. Such people desire the favor of being returned. This makes the empath too possessive. He or she does not want you to have time with others or have anything pressing to do with other people. They want to have all your attention all the time and at all costs. This is because it is an uphill task for them to find love, so when they finally see someone they love, they try to keep the person with everything they've got. In any case, you should tell them your opinion and how you feel. If you're not too comfortable with this idea of them being possessive, then it's better to address the issue. After all, a relationship is an understanding and a compromise between each partner. Well, those are the 6 sure signs you can notice when an empath likes you. I'm aware that everybody may feel differently than this. So, if you have a different opinion or experiences as an empath, then do tell us your experiences in the comments below. I hope you enjoy watching this cool video. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and click the bell to join our notification squad. Thanks for watching.